Hello, financial flippers. Welcome to another episode of the Expert Workshop series. Today, we are talking about something totally out of the norm. We're talking about bargain shopping. What did I say? Bargain shopping. And we're going to bring on our special guest who's already laughing, which is great because she's laughing at me. Her name is Claire RS, and she is our bargaining shopping extraordinaire.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How you doing, Claire?
I'm good. How are you doing, Kyle?
I'm good. I'm good. So let's go ahead and first of all, I want to ask you just what, how did you get into all of this bargain shopping
Yeah,
extraordinary goodness?
yeah. And I want to start. I am not an expert. What I've learned is just what I've kind of had to figure out for myself, what makes me happy when I buy something. Because I think I had a lot of buyer's remorse a lot. And so
Mm,
having that feeling that I got a good deal, what it means to me to have a good deal. And I also love the thrill of a hunt. Like I love to go antiquing and flea markets. And I think that because you can't really negotiate a price, well, sometimes you can, but at like Target, you can't be like, how about you give me it for $4.95 instead of five, I think trying to be able to figure out how I could get the best deal is kind of what made me uh, get into finding the best deals and
so it's
bargains.
like the thrill of the chase that you got
Exactly.
from antiquing
Yeah.
and thrift shopping and stuff like that. You kind of wanted in your everyday life.
It's the thrill of the hunt. And I've told my husband that it's actually like when I buy something, I buy it and I'm like, ah, I bought it. And then when it actually comes, I'm kind of like, oh, okay. But I got a great deal.
Are you already looking at blow molds for Christmas?
Oh my gosh, blow molds. If you don't know what a blow mold is, you should look it up.
Just talk to Claire. She knows all about them. So
Yeah, yeah.
let's go ahead and dive right into it. The first topic we're going to bring up is Crazy Coupon Lady, which I know nothing about. So let's talk about her first.
Okay, I am not the expert. Crazy Coupon Lady is. You can Google her and she will pop up and she will give you a wealth of knowledge on finding deals. So she has a lot of great resources if it's kind of you're just coming into bargain shopping and you kind of want the one-on-one 101 of just where do I begin? She kind of explains it out for you store by store. You can look at it, or you can also look by brand. If let's say you want to look at, so I have a baby, so I want to compare Huggies diapers to Pampers, or or Adidas to Nike, or things like that. So she'll break things down by brand or by store for you. She also has a really great reference called Couponing 101. She gives you some great how-to tutorials on how you like common terms of what one coupon per purchase means slash per item. So like if you buy like 20 items, if it's a coupon per purchase, you can use 20 coupons or things like that. And reading the fine print. And she talks about stacking. If you don't know what stacking is, how you can stack coupons. Yeah, so see, and I'm not a couponer. I want to preface that. Like, I do most of my shopping online, and a lot of times online, unless you can virtually clip coupons, it's not as easy to actually use hard physical coupons. So those people can go to the Crazy Coupon Lady, and she will send you in the right direction. I'm more about finding those kind of virtual deals, but stacking, going back to what I was saying, is basically
Hmm.
with layer deals. So you've got a manufacturer coupon, and then sometimes you can have the individual store will have a coupon as well. Okay, and then if the store is also offering a promotion, so you can get the promotion, you can get the store's coupon, you can get the manufacturer coupon, you can bundle all that together. And then you can also go through other mediums like Ibotta or Rakuten, which used to be Ebates, which will give you cash back on purchases after you've already completed your purchase. So we can talk about that more in a little bit if you want. So does that kind of make sense?
Oh
Or
yeah, absolutely. I mean, the stacking, I think of like Bed Bath and Beyond, where if something's on sale, but then you can use a 20%
yes,
coupon on that
exactly,
item. Now I
exactly,
understand stacking. I've just
exactly.
never
So
heard the
like
term before.
you're at Bed Bath and Beyond, those 20% coupons from Bed Bath and Beyond, those are the store coupons, right? Let's say you were gonna buy a Keurig, right? I think the Keurigs are in the fine print though at Bed Bath and Beyond. Don't hold me to that,
You
but
would know that. See, this is why you're on this.
but let's say they're not. Let's say the Keurigs are not. And let's say that you find a Keurig from the company Keurig, a coupon. You could use that on top of the 20% off. Now, I don't hold me. I really think Keurigs are the exception. You can't even use the Bed Bath & Beyond coupon. I think, but
Nobody can come
hold
after
me to
you
that.
on this. It's okay. This is just
Yeah.
helpful information.
And then also, we get coupons in direct mail if someone doesn't like snatch them out before it actually gets to your house. That has happened to me. And so those are those manufacturer coupons I was mentioning. And those are also available often online in like in Ibotta or not as much in eBay at Rakuten. It was called eBay, but it's called Rakuten now. I
So it's
think,
just a Rakuten. Yeah, I've
yeah,
never heard of Rakuten before.
I think it's supposed to mean like rack it in, like
Hmm.
because I was like, eBay's was such a good name. Why? But whatever. So Rakuten is eBay's, okay? And so they will send you I'm sorry, I just lost my train of thought. Coupons and direct mail, those are the manufacturer. And then you can also find those on Ibotta sometimes and clip them. And then as well as on Target, sometimes you can clip coupons, and like Instacart will let you clip coupons. Those are manufacturer coupons. So that's the way you can do it online.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So then, what about, you mentioned money maker emblems?
Yeah. So Crazy Coupon Lady has that. She will show you like when there's a deal, if it's a moneymaker deal. And I have never done this, but I know people that have, and I think it's incredible. Where by the time you layer in all the deals, you actually make money for buying the product and didn't spend anything. Right?
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's
I would love to
crazy.
make money when I shop.
That is why she's the Crazy Coupon Lady with a K. So yeah, I would love to make money when I shop. I'm not that good at that, but people have done that and people do it, and she will tell you how to do that. So that's why I think she's the expert. Another thing that she has on there is if you search on that website, she'll give you kind of like what is a good deal for laundry detergent, like how much does laundry detergent go for, like kind of like on The Price is Right. She kind
Hmm.
of gives you an idea. So like she'll say like laundry detergent should be X amount. And so when you see it at X amount or drop below this, that's a good time to stock up. Like in Florida, buy your hurricane supply of all those things.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So that you're not like, oh, laundry detergent, it's $10. But the Crazy Coupon Lady's like, no, a good deal on laundry detergent is actually $8.50.
It's like
Like,
Hipmunk only for everyday items.
yep, completely. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
very cool. Okay.
So I have that, like she has that, which is great, but I didn't even know she had that until I was like researching a bit more. I have the number in my mind that I like to buy laundry detergent at, and I'm like, that's a good deal, and that's also brand specific. So like,
Hmm.
I we try to buy as much like cruelty free products, so that makes some of the things we buy a bit more expensive, but
Sure.
we're
But it just
more.
means you have to be more intentional with when you do purchase it.
Yeah, exactly. So just knowing what the price point is of that certain product that you want is, and then finding when that is a good deal is a great time to stock up. So back to that, when it comes down to shopping, you pick your store, you get the coupons, you find the deals, and then you shop, and then you brag about it, which is why, which is why
Is that what
that
you're
I like
doing
to
right here,
shop.
is just bragging?
I'm just bragging.
If
I'm
I
just
knew you were
bragging.
going to pop on and
So
just brag, I wouldn't have asked. I'm kidding.
yeah,
I'm kidding.
thanks. Thanks. It's okay. So, and we all shop at different stores. And so I can't sit here and tell you that I got the deals for every single store. But the key is to find your store, and then before you shop, come in like educate. Like you would go into an interview. Know your stuff, know if there was a deal, is there a deal you can get it. And obviously we can't all wait for the deal. Sometimes you have to buy things. Sometimes you just need diapers and you need to buy them now. You can't wait until the deal is next week because I mean, what are you going to do, right? So
Right.
right. So yeah. So there you go.
All right. Well, you mentioned it a little bit earlier, but let's dive into Target and finding
I
deals at
love
Target specifically.
Target. I love Target. I will shout it out. I love Target. It's my favorite store. I love Target. And I try to be nice to the associates well, I don't shop in store anymore, but when I used to shop in store, I was always nice to the associates. So they knew me, and you want to be nice. Always be nice. If you're trying to get a deal and it's not working out, go to customer service, but always be nice to your associates. That's the best tip I can give you. So yeah, so a lot of people don't know that there are two types of red cards at Target. There is the credit card, and I am not a big credit card person, and a lot of people aren't. But there's also the debit card, and if you feel comfortable, and I do, I trust them completely. You can connect the debit card to your checking account. So By doing that, it's the Target debit card, and it just comes out automatically out of your checking account, just like a normal debit card. But by doing that, you always save 5% on every shopping experience,
And
which,
Ashley and I have this too, and it's free to sign up for.
yeah, it's free to sign
It's
up
free to
for it.
do.
And I think did you get like a 10% or 20% off your first transaction when you signed up?
Probably. It was a while ago. I
I
can't
sure hope
remember.
you use that deal. That's a big deal. It's a great time to buy a vacuum cleaner.
I didn't brag about it though.
Oh
I
man,
forgot to brag about it.
you gotta brag about it. You gotta brag about it. You'll feel so much better. Yeah, so the red card, the debit card, I highly recommend. It gives you 5% off at the end of every transaction, which is almost kind of, depending upon your state, negates your sales tax. Almost. So that's what I like about that. So do you know about Target Circle, Kyle?
I think we should probably. I actually don't, because they used to have an
Okay.
app, and then we had to like scan everything, and then it went to Target Circle, and I got lost.
Yes, yes. It used to have another name, so we won't give it the other name because it's confusing. And it was all what was it called? I can't remember now. The cart. My lord, I can't remember.
Yeah, cart the
Target red
red
cart.
cart.
Red. That sounds right. I don't think it is.
Don't brag about that.
Prior name. Now it's Target Circle. It encompasses everything. It's one giant circle. So Target Circle is it's an app that you can also access it all. It's all connected when you shop online in the Target app itself. Target Circle is connected in the Target app, and you can go through and you can find those deals I was talking about that they mention. Cartwheel. Oh my gosh.
That's right. Thank you.
It was a cart and a
Yeah,
circle, the wheel.
it's the cartwheel.
Okay,
Yeah,
got it. Yes.
we feel
Um,
better. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah. We feel so much better. So, Target Circle, it has all the Target deals that are like promotions that are true to Target, but they're deals that you won't find anywhere else. Sometimes they'll mention them in the weekly circles, like the weekly circular ads. Sometimes they won't. Usually they're always, you can usually find them online. Like if you go to the homepage of Target and kind of scroll around, you'll see like the deals this week, what's trending. But that's where sometimes there's special offers in there, especially around Black Friday and the pre-Black Friday, like I like to call Gray Thursday. I've made that. I came up with that.
You've heard it here, folks. You
You
heard it
heard it
here.
here. Gray Thursday. um, so they have those. Sometimes they'll be like 50% off a certain toy. Like let's pretend it's a Lego. It'll be like 50% off Lego, but you'll only be able to get that 50% off if you looked in the cartwheel Target Circle promotion. Okay. So you have to kind of go through Target Circle and click on it and see the ads of what they have, and they have it by category. You can look by kid, you can look by apparel, you can look by food, you can look by pets, what have you, and you can sort of start. And they will start kind of tailoring the deals for you based upon kind of how you've shopped in the past.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah. So, but you have to go in there and add those before you check out in both store and online. And usually online, you'll see a little cart like the old prior name. You'll see a little cart that'll say like 10% when you're shopping online, and you can click that and it'll add it for you. So usually when you're online, you don't have to sit there and be like, oh, I'm going to buy this book. And you're like, I wonder if there's a cartwheel, but then it'll be there. If there is, it's there. If it's not, it's not.
So before we go too much further, how much time do you really spend? I know you're different because this is what you love to do, but how much time do you spend like looking for these deals and finding them before you go out? Like you say you want to do your research, and the same we'll talk about with cars next month and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I would say for every shopping trip, I always look at the weekly ad for Target on Sunday. Like I get excited about it. On Saturday night, I think about that's coming out tomorrow. I'm like, what will there be? I don't know. And especially in today's climate, like there's not many things to look forward to. There's not many like timeline things that are actually occurring, events. So
Right.
like when the Publix weekly ad preview drops on a Wednesday, that's a weekly event for me to look at the BOGOs that are going to go live on Thursday. So I like it. It sparks joy. So yeah. I would say for every transaction, because I do those on those weekly, on that Sunday and on Wednesday, I kind of look ahead of time. I look ahead, maybe spend like 10-15 minutes total, kind of looking ahead, like what the deals are for the week. And then when I actually make a shopping trip, I would say like 30 minutes for a shopping trip, just to kind of make sure. I'll cross reference on Amazon, and I'll kind of, do like the cost per item breakdown just on my calculator. And I'll add in like when you buy, when Target has a promotion like this week, like when you spend $20 on beauty products, you get a $5 gift card emailed to you. I'll always throw that in as the actual savings, even though it's coming back to me later. To me, it's still savings because it's future savings at Target anyway. So I just make it the initial savings.
Gotcha. I mean, it's relatively not a large chunk of time that you need
No,
to
no.
just kind of scope it
Yeah.
out.
And once once you find out what works for you, you could cross reference forever and ever on some other options that we'll go through in a minute that you could use, anything you can utilize. But um, just figuring out what works for you and then sticking to that system, it helps you feel empowered as a shopper, that you're not spending too much, but
I
that you
love
got.
that. I love that you say it empowers you, because I think that more information for anybody, I mean, spending any kind of money, the more knowledge you have, the more power you do have in that purchase.
Yeah,
And that's what
yeah.
we want to do. We want to empower us
Want to
as
empower.
spenders. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, when a deal goes awry and something doesn't work the way you thought it was, maybe you are still wrong. Um, but always go to customer service. Don't be embarrassed, and be like, hey, I really thought, I read the fine print and this is what it says. And and they know, they know you're not trying to, like, beat them at their own game, but just explain it. And usually, even if you're wrong, they'll adjust it. I'm not advocating to lie, but I'm saying, like, sometimes if it is misleading or confusing and you really feel like it was supposed to be another
To
situation.
ask about it.
Yeah.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah. So I'm trying to follow along. I made some notes for everyone because my brain kind of goes every
Her
which way.
brain goes nuts. So we've got notes.
We've got notes. I'm looking
We're
at my
sticking
notes.
to it.
Um,
No, you were on weekly ads. They drop when they drop, but then
yeah.
about reusable bags.
Oh yeah. Oh, actually, though, I did want to say, like, Target deals, especially when you're buying things online right now, and if you're going to go pick up, you really need to look at where that deal applies to. Sometimes you can only get that promotion if you actually go in store, or sometimes it'll be in store, or they'll allow for drive up or pickup. And those are two different options when you're shopping. Drive up and pick up are two different things. So just know that, and you can't change that after the fact. So
Mm.
if you don't want to go in a store, make sure before you check out that you did select drive up and not pick up. And so that's always important. And then yeah, so just, and some deals are available online with the shipping. So there you go.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, then how about Target is one big animal. How about Amazon?
Amazon.
Shopping on Amazon can seem a bit overwhelming at times, but it's so easy. So you
Because
tend to make decisions even faster, which I think is
yeah,
interesting.
yeah, yeah. So I we use Amazon a lot for a lot of our pet supplies, and because of the Amazon family subscription opportunity, it that I was a Prime member before that, but when I came across that, I was like, oh my gosh, how did I not know about this? How did I hadn't read about it, like, in any of my mom blogs or anything. I didn't really know what it was or how to go after it. So that was a really good perk that Amazon offers. I'll talk about that in a second. So Prime, they have an annual membership. I think it went up to 119 now a year, and you can also get it monthly, which is like $12.99 a month, I think. So if there's just like one month where you're like, I'm not gonna go out anywhere, but I don't want to pay for a whole year, you could do that. They also have a student membership. I am a student. So we were able to send them some documentation with my transcript and everything like that. They do ask for all of that. And I was able to get that discounted rate down at like the $59 a year.
Which is
Only
half, which is great.
Yeah, which is great. Only thing with that is you can't have a second adult connected on that account. You can't, like, have a second kids account or anything. If you've put your whole family on that student account, you just have a one access point. So
Now, when you say a family membership, how many people can fit onto that membership? If
um,
say you pay for Prime.
yeah, I think I think it's you and then another adult and then maybe another kid. I
Hmm.
can't, don't hold me to that, but I know you can allow other people to use, like I could have an account, my husband could have an account, and I think I could have the account under my kid, that we could all have kind of separate little accounts. So like you could buy something and your wife wouldn't know what you bought her. Right now, when I buy gifts, I have to say, don't look at Amazon. I bought you something. But it comes
Ah,
across,
gotcha.
yeah. And then lovely Alexa will be like, your package of blank, blank, blank just arrived. And you're like, happy birthday.
You ordered the blank, blank, blank too?
I ordered the blank, blank, blank. There was a really good deal on the blank, blank, blank. So,
Oh,
okay.
I didn't see that.
We're getting off topic. We're getting off topic.
We're still on Amazon, baby. So with that Prime membership, which you pay, which actually is a really great deal because it saves on the shipping, is kind of the biggest perk about that membership.
Yes, great perk. And there's a 30-day and free. I was trying to say this at the same time. There's a free 30-day trial. So if you've never done Prime, take advantage of that, and then if you want to cancel, if you hated it and had a horrible experience, you can cancel. If not, you can keep going. I wanted to say another thing that I hadn't told you. Prime Day is usually July 14th, 15th, 16th, but they have postponed it. So Prime Day has now moved until Forbes was saying it's either August or September now. So that used to be a great day to buy those kind of those Alexa and the Google Homes and all that kind of stuff. That was always a great time to buy those electronics. But now it has been postponed. So I would have said, wait, don't buy anything big right now. Wait till Prime Day.
Well, you could still wait if you're not in the market for more of those for a while. Then you can wait until August or September.
Yeah, it's not as soon as like next month. So
right, you can't be as excited about it, is what you're saying.
Right, you can't be as excited.
That's what you're saying.
Next month, Prime Day.
You had to white it out, and you're like, oh, this makes me so angry.
Okay, so yeah.
So let's talk about some of the pricing apps that you can use.
Okay, yes. So I haven't tried these, but I know that the Krazy Coupon Lady tells me to, and so I think that they must be legit. So she uses this camel, and it tracks your price over time. It's the best time to buy, kind of gives you an alert. So the best time to buy certain items based upon how the price has changed over a period of time. That will help you, like if you're buying something really big, like a TV or something like that.
I'm assuming that's what she uses to do some of her what you call stock up fair pricing of things, knowing kind of where it falls on average.
Yeah, probably. She probably looks at it kind of over like a quarterly average of how that price change has changed.
Yeah.
Wait for it. Okay, so there's also the Paribus apps. It's actually the Paribus app. It tracks price changes, and then it sounds really cool is it's connected to your email account. Based upon like when you go through a store and you use that email, it's connected to that account, so it'll know when you shop somewhere, and then it will credit you back if there was a price change. Haven't used it. Sounds amazing.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, for me, I kind of shop with that 30-minute window kind of quickly. So, and sometimes I don't remember to go through all these things. Yes, I don't remember all these things. I'm telling you, I don't do them all, but they are there. And when you do, you'll feel even more, you'll want to brag. You'll just want to brag when you do it all right. And so they'll credit back. And what I thought was really cool is that they'll even notate like when something was supposed to come from Amazon Prime, like 2-day shipping, and it doesn't, they'll apparently negotiate an Amazon credit for you. So you'll get that money back.
Is this a free app for people?
Yeah. I believe it's free.
That's great. That's great.
So that's Paribus, Paribus. That is what the Krazy Coupon Lady said. So I don't use it, but I think it's probably great.
Yeah.
Okay, and then let's move on and talk about Prime Pantry. So Prime Pantry is only available to people that are Amazon Prime members. Have you used it, Kyle?
We've used it once or twice. Yeah.
Yeah. So you get that free shipping on that $35. Sometimes it feels like it's hard if you were like, I only need a laundry detergent, but then stock up and find whatever you can make it fit. Even if it's just like, I can buy some mustard, and you can throw in some mustard and get you to the point.
Because some people need more mustard.
Mustard and laundry detergent,
Yeah, I have noticed that when you buy something on Amazon, sometimes even if you are Prime, they will give you the option to ship it later, and then they will give you some kind of like, oh, we'll give you $2 credit towards digital products, or we'll give you $2 credit towards like Prime Pantry, for example.
Yes, Target has started doing that as well. And
Oh, great.
what I like better about Target is that it's not like just towards digital products. Like it's just $1 off your order, you know? So I can like
Oh,
replace.
great.
Yeah, it's great because I'm not buying any digital products right now, but so I never get to save. But Target lets me just add it to whatever. And I don't work for Target, everyone. I just really love the store, and more about that later. Okay, so let's move on now to the Amazon family subscription. A lot of people don't know this is out there. Um, so it is. Yeah, I wish we had a banner for that because I feel like this is like the one thing I wish that.
We can. We can. You ready
Yeah,
for it?
yeah, let's do it.
So we're going to talk about Amazon family subscription, right?
Yeah, Amazon family subscription. Because
Spelled family wrong.
this was the thing this has saved me the most money this season, and I felt like it wasn't very clear on Amazon. Yes, there it is.
There it is.
Right there. Okay, so Amazon family. You sign up, you go on Amazon, just type it in. You got to have a Prime membership, by the way. Go in, type in Amazon family, and it'll come up. And all it does is it asks you like a couple questions about the kid or the kids in your household and how old they are, and that just helps them kind of streamline the kinds of products that they're going to offer you. So if you have a 10-year-old, they're not going to be sending you a diaper deals, right? Okay. Right.
I mean,
Okay.
maybe.
But like they know that my son is coming up on a monumental birthday year, and so they are now sending me. They're showing me pictures of the ways I can have his birthday party at that year. So I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So
So
they know.
they're more targeted to what it is
Yeah,
that you're looking for or needing.
exactly. Okay, so if you go on Amazon Family, they have special coupons there that you can clip. Usually, when you are still on those individual items, those coupons will pop up and you can clip those coupons when you're on the Amazon screen. Like if you're looking at Pampers, it'll say $3 coupon, like right under the bottom, and you can say clip coupon, and then it will go ahead and add that at your cart. And you can check when you're checking out. You'll see that coupon, it'll say $3. So
Oh,
that's there.
great.
Yeah. So Amazon Family, you sign up, you can clip their coupons there, or you can just wait until you're actually shopping. But what that does is that allows you to access that 20% off on certain for if you have babies on certain and diapers. So that 20% off is from the subscribe and save, but typically most subscribe and saves are only 5%. And then when you layer them up to the max that you can buy to get the higher, it's usually like only a 15. But with Amazon Family, you can get to this 20% when you hit the 5 items or more. So you save 20% on every item, which beats Target.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
no
So
comparison.
yeah. And so and like I said, it's on baby food, diapers, and then some other family products for family. So I'm going to give you the rundown on how to do this because I went through yesterday and I marked it because I found it incredibly hard. But they'll just tell you that buy 5 or more items and save 20%. But it's like, how do I do it? So you're going to go to subscribe and save. You can search it in the search bar. And then when you're in your Amazon Prime account, you'll go to right in subscribe and save. And then you're going to select subscribe and save price option when you're actually on an item that you want to buy. Okay, so the first item that you're adding, you'll just be seeing that you're saving that 5% discount. Okay, what's weird is that you have to buy that item right then. You buy it, and then you have to repeat this process
You have to
for.
commit.
You have to commit.
You gotta commit.
Without seeing the deal. Like you commit without seeing 20%, and you're like, wait a minute, is it going to happen? I was very hesitant, and it does happen. But you do that again for 4 more items. So just remember, when you're going into buying that 5th product, you're not going to see that 20% savings yet because you haven't bought that 5th item, right? So you buy that 5th item, and then when you go back, when you on the 5th item, you won't see the savings prior to purchasing as you've not yet paid for the 5th, but you will see it if you later add a 6th or if you go to manage your account after purchasing this 5th item. Okay, so you're going to go back to your profile. You're going to hit manage your account. Okay, and then under your account, you're going to hit your subscribe and save. Don't go to your orders, go to your subscribe and save. And then you're going to click on deliveries. And then here you should see the max savings unlocked. It'll say max, it literally will say in like an orange banner, max savings unlocked, and showing that you are getting increased 20% off for the family subscription. And then also that applies to those other products that aren't part of Amazon Family, like for the 10% or the 15% on the other products that Amazon has for subscribe and save.
Wow. So do they credit the money back to your account, or do they just apply the total 20% of the 5 items that you just purchased? Did they apply that to future purchases within that order?
So that's what gets a little weird when I first set it up. Some of the items, like, they sent me right then because I didn't have a subscribe and save set up yet. So they sent me like my first order, and then they said on your next order, you'll be saving the 20%. Do you
Gotcha. So
understand?
this person's asking if you buy the items individually, and it sounds like you do
Yes, and
buy
that's
them
what makes,
individually.
like, I think I was like, why is it should be set up completely different. I wish that you could add 5 items to your cart and then at the end see that you're saving 20%. But you buy the items individually, and then you'll go back in, like I said, you're going to go to the bars on
Your account, and
your
then
account,
click on
click it,
subscribe and
you
save.
subscribe and save, then click on deliveries, and then here is where you should see under deliveries, they'll say max savings unlocked after you have added and bought 5 items or more, and that's 5 products. So I do not believe, like, if you're buying a double of one product, that counts. 5 different products.
Okay, 5 products.
Because if you think about it, a subscription is it's a different subscription to a different item, right? So
Okay, got it.
you're subscribing to 2 boxes of Pampers. You're subscribing to a box of Pampers that you buy then twice, but that's only going to count towards one, from what I've experienced.
Got you, because you're not buying this one item and just having this one item shipped once and you're done. You're agreeing to subscribe to this item coming to
Right.
you.
And they're giving you this deal because then they're going to save on shipping, because then they're able to bulk ship all these items, and then they're going to make sure they're all coming on the same day. So that's the next thing I wanted to say. So
Okay,
after you click on deliveries, when you click on deliveries, that's where you should see your max savings unlocked, which would for Amazon Family be 20%. Some other things it'll be 10 or 15. And then if you on that same like tab bar at the top, you'll see subscriptions. And if you click on subscriptions, this is where you can see the date that all items are being batched to ship. And this is the key. You must have the same date for your subscriptions to receive the bulk savings. So all of those items, like let's say it's July 22nd, they all need to say July 22nd, July 22nd, July 22nd. If one of them is July 19th and you only had 5 products, you're not going to it's going to knock you out.
because it wants them all together, right?
Yes. And then you can, and this took me like 3 times of having a monthly shipment to like actually understand it. And I was like, this is too hard. This shouldn't be this difficult. And it shouldn't be that difficult. And then the place that you can go to fix this is you can
Settings.
change this date to align with other items by choosing the edit next to each of the items, and then you can update the date to be the same. And so then
Got it.
you can edit, and then you can pick the exact date. So then you can just say, oh, I picked July 22nd, and then you can make sure they all align with July 22nd. And then if you click on settings under that tab, when you're in that subscribe and save individual window, that's where you can select what day your subscriptions arrive. They're the date and the day by week. You can even say, like, I want them to come July 22nd, but I want them to be here by Friday. And that way it'll be the same every month.
I've never heard of this. This is fantastic. And I know that it took you several tries to get it right, but this is
Yeah.
great that
Yeah.
you're detailing out how to do it.
On my notes I write, wasn't that easy?
She does. She writes, wasn't that easy?
It's not easy. It's not easy. So
wasn't that easy?
So I think the key here to remember, if you have to take the final points from that, is you have to buy items individually, and you will not see that deal as you're doing it. You just have to trust that subscribe and save is going to be there, right? But as long as you started in your search and know that you've picked items that offer you that 20%, if you can see that 20% in the gray, like that's the grail that we're trying to get to, then you know that those products will eventually add up to that. And by going back into your account and then your subscribe and save, that's where you're able to access all that.
And
Don't
you
go to
only
your,
go ahead.
don't when you go to your account, don't go to your orders. It's too confusing from that point. Go to your account, your subscribe and save, and
And you only unlock this once. So even if you do like 6 or 7 or 8 of these, you only unlock it once. Or if I want to do 5
you,
more subscribe and saves on a separate day.
that's a great question.
Uh-oh.
If you did a separate no, if you did a separate day, you're gonna have to have if you have another shipment now. No, well, yeah, you'd have to do a separate subscribe and save. You
A
can make
separate 5-item subscribe and save for that
yeah,
day to unlock that shipping. But I could just keep adding on to this day,
right.
subscribe
And
and
just
save.
remember, as you take things out, or if things become available or things become unavailable, just to always keep that magic 5 to make sure you're getting that top savings. And then
Got it.
some things will be out of stock, and they don't like there was I really like Amazon's uh organic baby food, the Mama Bear line for pouches that they've started having, but they're always out of stock because they're a really great deal on subscribe and save. But they'll say when something's unavailable, but they still gave me the 20% off, even though something was unavailable. They alerted me to have the option to replace that if I wanted to. And
Great.
also change the frequency. So like if you don't have to just do it, every month. If you want something to come every 2 weeks, or if you want something to come every 3 months, you can do it, but you're just going to have all those items be on that same 3 month schedule.
Got it.
And it's really easy to cancel if you mess up. I messed up a lot.
Well, that's how you're able to talk so much about it, which is great. So we're going to talk about this a little bit later as well. Do you want to talk about the Smile right now, or do you want to wait?
Right now, it's quick. If you go to smile.amazon.com, you can set up your account to be connected to smile.amazon.com. And then as long as you just remember every time you log in to Amazon to go to smile.amazon.com, you can pick the benefiting charity of your choice. That it's very small, but it's something that Amazon will give 0.5% of every purchase to. And you can also set that up in your app only after you've already done it online. But you can make your app,
Ashley and I did that, and the charity that we go through, I think Amazon gave them $150,000 last year.
That's great.
And I think I want to say it's in the billions or something that they've given back to charities because people use this, and it's free to do. It doesn't change anything with your account. You just go to smile.amazon.com, log into your account, and just shop as normal.
And we forgot to talk about that with Target. Target does the same thing. They do it's under Target Circle. You'll go there, you'll hit Target Circle on the website. Every time that you shopped at Target, you get a vote, and then you get to pick which nonprofits that Target has allocated for that quarter that you want to vote for. And so they usually have like a wide range. A lot of this past quarter that's ending on the 30th, they had a lot of organizations that had to deal with COVID and relief. And there were some biodiversity organizations. So you vote, and then they give for that quarter. So a lot of people that don't know that is there. I think it seems when I've added up to be like almost like $14,000 or $15,000 every quarter that they give locally to charities.
That's excellent.
And then you can go back and see how much, like if one of them was a horse rehabilitation ranch, and I could go back and see how much they actually gave to that ranch, the one I had been sending my votes for, and it was over $4,000 for that quarter. So it was great.
That's awesome. Awesome.
Okay.
Okay, let's get out of Amazon for a minute, and let's head to Publix and Instacart, kind of / Instacart, which is probably a little bit more prevalent in people's lives right now, especially.
Right. So it's very confusing because Publix and Instacart, in the Publix app, it connects to Instacart. So some people think that Publix is Instacart or that it's free. And it really, they're two separate organizations. There's two separate companies, Publix and Instacart. So Publix supplies the Instacart service for drive up and pickup. And then Instacart requires a membership fee for home delivery. Other stores are also included in your Instacart membership. There's an annual fee, and then I believe it's like $9.99 a month. Okay, the giant exception that makes it very confusing is that Publix does have a drive up option when you purchase a minimum of $35 that you can use the Instacart service so that you can drive up and pick up your groceries already shopped for you. But they're offering the service of Instacart, but you still do need to tip and should tip a Instacart shopper. So that's going to add to that expense.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
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 I was like, because I have an Instacart subscription. I was like, wait a minute, Publix is offering this free. And then I was like, wait a minute. And then I kept reading. I actually went to Krazy Coupon Lady, and she was saying, no, the tip is not included. So that's what kind of makes it. It's not. I mean, you could make it free, but you should always tip your Instacart shoppers. They are working hard for all of us. And so that you need to take that into account. So if you have like $120 order, you're looking at a $7 to $8 tip that you should be applying on that. So it isn't. So that's the service. Publix is offering that service, but you still have to tip the shopper. And if you get it delivered to your house, then you're just paying $10 a month, but then you still have to pay the tip anyways.
Right.
Okay, great.
Now, do you use Instacart?
I do.
You do. Do you like it?
I love it. And we looked at canceling the member. We only just started using it during current times. Just because I have some family that's high risk and I still am seeing them, and I just don't want to put myself as in jeopardy because of them. So we do use it, and we looked at canceling because I saw this $35 minimum pickup, but then I was like, by the time I drive there and drive home, and I could just pay $10 a month, and I buy an order every week, for 4 times $10, when I still would be paying the tip. For me, it weighed out that I just would keep the membership. We're paying monthly because I was hoping that current times would end soon and the world would be different. I guess I might be paying monthly for a whole year. Who knows? But
now, one of the things that's different about Instacart is that the prices are actually higher within the app than they are in the store.
Yes. So I thought they were like 15% higher. I don't hold me to that. I based it upon when baby food was supposed to be like 10 for $10. So that would have made it $1 on Publix. When I looked on the Instacart app, it's like $1.15. So that's where I came up with it. It was kind of a 15%.
15% seems.
Yes, but I don't think it's true for it. They might kind of change it. However, for different types of products that are in demand. But yes, so Instacart increases the prices when you're shopping and using that service. The prices are increased. Whenever someone is going to be shopping for you, whether you're going to pick it up or whether it's coming to your house, the prices are increased. And then at the end, you're always going to have that tip option, which you should always be doing. And they usually designate 5% as the standard. And then you can always adjust that after the fact at the different intervals.
Right. Yeah, I know other apps do that too. Like Uber Eats, the base price of the food is actually higher than it is if you would actually buy it in the store.
Yeah. There's a pizza company nearby that is the same way. Like I know what the make your own is, and then I'm like, hey, it's $2 more on here. So yeah, completely. So that is pretty much everything about Instacart. One thing.
Can you get BOGOs on Instacart?
But the one thing I learned that I put over here is that so if you were to pre-buy on a Wednesday for Thursday's BOGOs and you checked out because you're going to have it delivered on Thursday, which is when those BOGOs would be dropping. But if you checked out on Wednesday night, they're not going to, even though that person's going to go through and scan those individual items, they already charged you based on the price that it was on Wednesday. So if you're going to do a BOGO deal that's coming up, wait, you can put it in your cart. The cart will reflect it as long as you don't check out, right?
So wait to check out until it's official, and then you'll get the BOGO deals.
Those things are I learned that the hard way, but then I wrote customer service and they were very helpful. But and that was another
because you're always nice to your associates.
You are always nice to your associates. Customer service was excellent, and they give back credits very quickly. Things happen all the time with Instacart. Sometimes the shopper accidentally does the wrong quantity, or they do the wrong ounce of an item, and then you paid more than what you were supposed to have paid. And so you can always, I always recommend checking those receipts, and do not blame the shopper because most of the time it's not their fault. It's just error that happens. My phone went dead. Come back.
You did say you're the person that's bought 80 jars of baby food on BOGO
I
but
have.
sometimes quantities are limited.
Yeah, well, sometimes quantities are limited, and it said that it said quantities limited. I was like, well, we'll just see. And so I went through.
Go big or go home, right? Go
Exactly.
big.
She'll tell me. I was like, they'll probably be like this giant thing on the screen. I'll be like, you're done. You can't buy anymore. And like one thing I learned from Crazy Coupon Lady, she's like the things that you should never do in a checkout line. She has like a whole a blog post about that, the things not to do in a checkout line. And one thing you should never do is judge someone for what they're buying. So here I was feeling all embarrassed and apologetic. I was like, I'm sorry, I like baby food. It's a really good deal. But the girl, she was very nice. The cashier, she's like, "Oh my gosh, honey," she's like, "someone came through here once with an entire cart like overflowing." So I
Yeah.
felt more empowered. I felt empowered then by my 80 jars.
I'm actually a big fan of the Gerber meat sticks.
Oh,
They
okay.
remind me of little Vienna sausages. I'm a big fan.
They do. They do. Those are good. They have
Yeah,
deals on a lot. That's good. That's good. I hope you get those deals.
I
Um,
do too. All
um,
right.
Did I? Oh, and so BOGOs. BOGOs are great. If you don't know about BOGOs, the buy one get ones at Publix. And also they do rain checks. A lot of times we like the beer that goes on BOGO, and it'll go out of stock, and I'll be like, ah. And then it's okay. You can go customer service, and they'll be like, how many did you intend to buy? And you'll be like, four. And then that rain check, I believe, is good for 30 days, so you can still
Yeah,
come get that deal. A lot of people
yeah,
don't know.
we've done that too. That's great.
I'm so proud of you. That's great. I'm glad
Well,
you.
it was actually on beer.
Yeah, I know it's a good deal. I mean, some of those beer's expensive, and I
Well,
know.
because if you get a BOGO on a 6 pack and the BOGO is normally $10,
Yeah,
that's I mean that's cheaper than the cheapest
yeah, yeah.
beer. Oh, we just lost Claire, so she should be coming back. I'm gonna stay live for a second. Um, so what we're gonna do right now, if you have questions, if you're watching and have questions for Claire, then go ahead and drop those in the comments so that I can make sure that we talk about those questions that you have. Um, but the next thing that we are going to talk about is we're going to be talking about socially conscious companies. There's a few different ones that Claire was going to talk about, and the poor thing's gone. But this is, I think, the word of the year is pivot. Really, that's the word of the year. So when things change and when things adjust, that's what we're doing is just pivoting. I have a feeling. Oh yeah, there she's back. She's back.
Sorry,
She's
my iPad.
back.
I'm in online school, so my iPad works really hard. It does double duty. So now I've switched
That's
over.
okay.
So you have. I can't reference my list anymore. So it's all on you to keep me on
I've
track.
got it. I've got
Okay.
it. The I told people just to drop comments if they have questions. Otherwise, we'll keep moving forward.
Yeah.
But I also did remind everyone that, in my opinion, the year of the word is pivot. And so when you just left, I was like, okay, we're just going to keep going. We're going to be talking about this. So anyway, welcome back. Let's
Thank
talk
you.
about what it means to be a socially conscious company, and we'll dive into a few more of those. We talked a little bit about Amazon. We talked a little bit about Target. They both do that, where they're giving to these local charities and things like that. But you're a big fan of these socially conscious companies.
Yeah, I think in this day and age, we can hold it to the organizations and the businesses that we shop from and ask them to how are they giving back. You know, we should feel empowered to do that, and I feel more empowered and enthusiastic to shop at a store when I know how they're giving back to a community. And you can research that, and so you can find those companies that are giving back, so that you preemptively shop at those companies, or you can look and see if the companies that you typically shop at are how are they giving back in the communities, and really search for that. And and if they're not, find ways to bring up that dialogue, maybe just in customer service or what have you.
Well,
And
sure, it's giving your dollars just more power, right? When you
yeah,
spend your money, it has more power to it
right.
when you
And
hold those companies to a higher standard.
yeah, and right now, and especially if there's products that you have to purchase in current times, and you feel like, I would love to donate more to the organizations that I support, but I can't really because of the current economy. Finding ways that other companies that have those funds can then give back is a way to help you feel like you're still supporting the community and globally in which you live. So I mentioned.
So
Yes.
Yeah, there's a few of those companies. The first one we'll talk about is For Ocean. Now, their
Yes.
mission is to end the ocean plastic crisis. That's their mission.
That's their mission. And I believe it's like one or two guys that started this out, and it's locally based in here in Florida. And they're basically just removing plastic from the ocean one bag at a time. And you can pay, which is incredible. There's so much plastic. And
Right.
yeah, and so you can pay just literally, you can donate $10 and it removes a pound of plastic. You can also buy products from them. So what I thought was really cool is we really like the Yeti products for the like the glass, the tumblers, the stainless steel type
Yeah, yeah,
design.
yeah.
So they have a Yeti that's they have branded with their name on it, and so like you could buy that and give that as a gift to someone, and you're supporting that organization while still getting the product that you wanted. Uh,
And
that's
removing a pound
and
of
removing,
plastic.
yeah,
Well,
and
with a
helping.
Yeti, you're removing a few pounds of plastic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't really know the cost per item on like how much goes into the actual acquisition of the piece of the product getting produced. You know what I mean? So you're not probably giving as much as if
Hmm.
you would just give $10, but that is a way for you to get something back. A lot of organizations, charitable organizations, do that where you can get like a T-shirt in the mail or reusable bags if you donate so much. But obviously, your individual dollar goes further if you don't take the product. But if this is a situation where it's a product that you would buy or you're wanting to buy a gift for someone, if just giving them a certificate saying, "Hey, I donated $10 to this organization on behalf of you," isn't enough. Having those options of an actual gift to open is really cool.
Yeah. It's not
And
writing a check to the human fund. It's actually
right,
going somewhere
right,
useful.
right, exactly. And
Well, I
having
mean,
like
it's part of why Tom's did so well in the beginning, because there was, you buy one shoe and then we'll donate a pair of shoes
yeah,
to somebody who doesn't have any.
completely,
They
completely.
were on a mission. Yeah.
And I
So
felt
you
bad.
feel
I
a
always
part of
thought,
that mission.
yeah, I always thought about that other person that was wearing that other pair of Toms. You know,
Yeah.
you know, or maybe
Well,
we
you can
were
go
meant to
find them.
we're gonna wear shoes at the same time.
So
uh,
another one is, speaking of shoes, another one is reunion shoes.
Yes, I just came across this. I think I was reading a magazine and I came across this company and I was like, what is this about? And I went on their site and they are, can you read the mission so I don't?
Yeah. So their employees are those who have spent time living on the streets,
Yeah,
existing homelessness, are employed and given honest wages, appointments with social workers, and professional counseling.
right. So they're incredibly socially conscious. They're bringing people out of homelessness to work in their store. And what's really neat is you get to it's basically designing your own shoes that are hand painted by these employees that they are finding new job opportunities for. And so you get to pick like your colors, like your base color of paint, and then your other two levels, and then they send you these shoes. So you're
And that
helping.
is reunionshoe.com.
Yeah, and they also have a baseball hat, but you can't personalize the colors on that. But like
Yeah.
everything in today's world, it's all backed up. So if you were going to buy from unionshoe.com, they probably are backed up a little bit. But hey, everybody is
Yeah.
experiencing.
And 10% off that first purchase too,
Yes,
which
always.
is
Oh my
always
gosh.
helpful.
Always, whenever you shop at a new store, that's something I should say. Anytime you shop at a new store online, you're on that new email list. You should get that. Make sure you get that 10%. Don't ever shop somewhere new. Oh my God, my
And then
eyes.
go brag about it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, how about the World Wildlife Fund? Their mission is to conserve nature and reduce the most pressing threats to the diversity of life on Earth,
Yeah, big
which
statement, right?
speaks
Yeah,
for itself. I mean, that's
yeah,
huge.
right. I have donated to them in the past. I have not used, but I've always wanted to buy they have these stuffed animals that you can adopt and that you can buy for gifts for kids for holidays and what have you. And that there it makes it kind of a little bit more expense for a stuffed animal than you normally spend, but it gives a certificate of the animal that is endangered and how they're trying to help conservation efforts. So it's a really cool resource, especially for Christmas with kids that some people don't know about. They have a catalog that comes out where you can literally scroll through and it's just pages and pages of animals that are stuffed animals that you can give to a child. And they're all endangered, like really unique species. And there's other options, for adults as well.
I think that's awesome. I really
Yeah.
do. And yeah, there's so much needed in the world. And if we
Yes,
can use our dollars and actually help some of these things that we are passionate about, people will say, well, what can I do except posting something on Facebook about
right,
it? Well, you can find ways
right.
to do that.
And so often for holidays, we just kind of, pick those random gifts that are just like, it's this stocking stuffer. I just need to give them something, but how it also opens that dialogue with the person that you're giving the gift to and being like, hey, I wasn't quite sure what to get you, but this is something that I just wanted you to know that on behalf of you, I did this. And I
Yeah.
really think
There's a
that
story attached to this gift now,
exactly, exactly.
which I think is great. So we'll touch on a couple of these general helpful tips. The first one is trying to resist to check out or buy your cart. Some retailers will send you 10 to 25% savings to complete your transaction if you leave.
Yeah, they
And
will.
I've
And
done
I'm
this
sorry.
before where you hover your mouse over the
Yeah.
X bar and it's like, are you sure you want to leave?
Yeah, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna think about it. I'm not gonna buy something at 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm gonna come back tomorrow. And by being a smart consumer, they sometimes will send you a coupon, um, and it'll come through the email. Or you'll get an alert and be like, hey, your cart called. It wants you back. Target does not. Target will send you those. Your cart called. It wants you back. They don't send you the those deals. So feel free to buy the 2 a.m. purchases on Target. But some stores. I think that the Crazy Coupon Lady says that Kate Spade is known for doing that. So certain companies will do that. I think West Elm.
I got a free impression taken of my teeth for Smile Direct Club because they had like a free teeth whitening kit if you got checked out. And I didn't buy at the time. But they have still kept sending me coupons and they keep taking more money off of the total price of this. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's another thing to get on. I know we all hate the plethora of emails that can be in our email box, but really figure out what those stores are that you shop at the most, and do get those emails from them, because then you never know when that random time is going to come that you really need to buy like a pair of jeans. Like, I need them today. You can go to your mailbox and be like, oh, there's my coupon, and then you can apply it. So
Now, one of the things you're really passionate about is never paying for shipping.
I am because I think paying for shipping it's just wasted money. If free shipping is out there, dangling out there like a little Twinkie, I think that you should always you should always
Why
hit
would you
that
not want
mark.
that?
Right, you want that. Because sometimes, like, think about it. If you only need to spend like $10 more to get free shipping, is there not some product that company has that maybe you buy somewhere else typically that you could buy from this company to get that free shipping? So just figure out, and that also goes to say, like, if you do you really need the product that is like $15 and you have to hit $79? Like, maybe you don't need, do you have to get it from the store? In a situation
Sure.
like that where you're super far off, maybe look at other ways, because now
Well, because
I
yeah,
did
you
have,
don't want to get into like, oh, I saved $350 on this,
yeah,
you know,
yeah, there's
$500 item. Well, no,
yeah,
you still spent that money.
right.
So make sure that you know the difference between what you need and what you want.
Right. Now, with that said, I bought from a company that this past a few weeks ago that they didn't offer free. They're doing so well. They just don't ever offer free shipping. They also didn't ever offer a 10% off for a new customer. And I was like shocked, but I still purchased from them. But I knew as a good consumer that free shipping was never an option. So it's okay.
So there are some times that it's okay, and then of course, like we had touched on, Amazon Prime is a great one, and Target Red Card. If you do that $25 minimum, then you can get free shipping on those as well.
Yeah, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you don't have to hit $25. It's just certain items. I think typically like pantry items from Target, um, and some kind of like beauty care, beauty products situation. Usually, I'd hit that $25 minimum, which is
Now,
fair.
if you had to say what are the best days to shop, what are like days that you say I want to go shopping on these days?
Yeah, I would say like Tuesdays and Thursdays. So those have been, people have documented those typically have the best deals. Not always, but
I think that's
typically.
so interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I heard that once, and oh my gosh, my phone is gonna. Every single thing I have, it says, Claire, you're talking too much, is dying. So hold on, let me plug my phone in. Here we go. All right, there we go. So yeah, Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's what they say. I found that to be true. That's when also the BOGOs drop at Publix. So I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
saying. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah.
So then another tip that you brought up is, because if you're shopping online, especially right now, a lot of shopping online, make sure that you go into your browser history and get rid of those cookies before you start your new shopping trip to
Yeah.
ensure the new deal pop-ups.
Yeah. Because it'll know that you were already there and that you already looked, and they're like, we don't need to give you that great deal. So if you empty all those cookies and clear your browser window, then you have the best opportunity of finding those fair deals that you're going to just come onto. And another thing is, when you're at checkout, this is something that happened to me this week, and I was like, darn it. I shop at Chewy.com for my pets. I love Chewy. Once again, I'm not affiliated with any place. I'm just like saying I love Chewy. I was shopping and I went to check out, and my dog food was like super cheap, and I bought it. And then I was like, oh my gosh, it was so cheap. I should have bought some more. So I went back to go buy some more. And when I was like, wait a minute, it's not as cheap as the time before. And when I looked at the receipt, they had randomly given me a 20% off coupon, but I had no idea it was like there. It must have been through one of my mailings that I clicked. But if I would have looked and saw that I was saving 20%, then I would have been a more, educated consumer and bought all 4 bags right then, instead of the second 2 bags not being as good of a deal as the first. And that drove me nuts. You know that.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Yeah. So always look at that. Always look at your checkout and really see what's happening in your cart, and see did I click on some deal? Was there a promotion that I didn't realize I was getting? And, maybe you want to buy more.
Now, there is one app that you can use in your browser, and Ashley and I use it too, the Honey.
Yes. Yeah.
That we also put into our browser, and every now and then it'll pop up, actually quite a bit. We'll pop onto a website and it'll give us cheaper deals, or it'll say, hey, this is actually the best deal that we can find.
Yeah. It's a great resource.
Anything to help you feel more educated, and like we said at the beginning, empowered as a consumer, I think is great. Yeah. And then the last thing is, if you're shopping in store and I forget this coupon, and I left it at home, or what do I do?
Yeah, you left it home is a little more tricky. Let's pretend
Well, then forget I said that.
Let's pretend you have it in your purse and you just forgot to pull it out, or like you have it in your backpack or your wallet and you forgot to pull it out.
I have a satchel.
You have a satchel in your man's satchel.
Yeah. That I didn't pay shipping on, but I bragged about.
That's good. Go to customer service and tell them, and they can pretty much 9 times out of 10 at most stores fix that for you.
I think that's great. Well, I mean, if nobody gets information from this, then I don't know if they were listening, because there's so much that you packed into this for people.
I hope I explained it in a coherent and smooth way.
No, I think you did. And when this posts, obviously people can chat into the comments and ask questions, and I hope this prompts more conversations. And
yeah.
And that's all it is trying to inform ourselves about the different ways in which we spend money, because it flows through so many different aspects of our lives, and this does nothing except help, like you said, empower the consumer.
Yeah. And just think about saving. Like, you don't have to do all these things, but just figure out what works best for you. And just before you buy something, maybe just think, is there a way I can save? And if it seems too complicated, don't worry about it. But if there's a quick little thing that maybe you remember from this, or if you've heard somewhere else, click on that deal to save. So I'm glad somebody found this helpful.
So somebody said it was wonderful, but yeah, I'm glad that, and like I said, I don't know how people wouldn't be able to find this to be useful. And we'll be talking actually about couponing next month, as one of our topics specifically. So
wow,
it'll be even more exciting. Yeah,
that'll be really exciting. Yeah, I'm not a crazy couponer. I'm more of an online deal person. So
which is why you're here.
To that one, I can't wait.
So anyway, thank you, Claire, for doing this and hanging out with us. And thank you to everybody else for hanging out with us. And we will see you next time.
Go find some deals. Bye.
And brag about it.
And brag. Always brag. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.